Hello, this is Stacy McCreary from ROI Search Group. I'm so excited to join you for a few moments this evening. I have been having the time of my life. Oh my goodness, last week I met George Bush and Sugar Ray Leonard, so I've been having so much fun, and I want to thank Sherry Vaughn for putting this together. What a surprise to come home to get this card. So thank you. I want to publicly acknowledge that. But I wanted to talk to you about a few things as it relates. I did a presentation last week at Becker's Hospital Review and wanted to talk to you about some of the mistakes, and I've got this fabulous whiteboard behind me, so I'm going to refer to some of the points that I made, but I want to talk to you about some of the mistakes of hiring. And as much fun as I was having meeting George W. and Sugar Ray Leonard, there was a serious topic at hand, and it's really about hiring. So there's just a couple tips that I'm going to share with you this evening. First and foremost, I think in the world that we're living in today, there's this thought of, I will post every position and therefore I will receive all the candidates and that's all I need to do. And that includes LinkedIn. Now, here's why that doesn't work. Because, we have a belief at ROI Search Group that there are several people who are too busy to be looking. They're high performing, heads down, they're successful, but given the opportunity to have a conversation, they would be open to it. Well, they're never going to be scrolling down LinkedIn all day long, or looking at your job portal, or looking at Indeed and all the other job search engines out there. That's why, there's several out there, but they don't necessarily always deliver what you're hoping for. So that's step one. The second one is probably the number one thing that I see most often is moving too early. And what does that mean? It means you're asking for a date before you really are ready to go on the date, okay? And I like to use that analogy because no one would do that, right? But before you post a position or before you engage a recruiter, you better be ready to hire, because don't take a high-performing candidate down a road and then you drag them along. One, that really does not bode well for your brand or your organization. Second, they have expectations that once you engage them in the search, whether they've applied or whether you've recruited them and headhunted them, they expect to move through the process. So you need to have a very definitive timeline. One of the things I always ask hiring managers, as much as we want to go recruit for you, are you ready? Are you ready to move forward with the hiring process? Are you ready to hire this person? If not, no worries. Let's pause. And when you're ready, let's resume. Okay? The other one is not defining the role, getting in and not changing the requirements. And that frustrates candidates and that lengthens the search. So having those up front, when we do it, just a tip, we do a job discovery, and I'll talk about that another day. But the tip is really, really digging deep, okay? This goes along with it, sticking to the plan. If you said you're going to hire by this date, sticking to that and communicating all along the way. The reason that at ROI Search Group, we stay with you every single step along the way is because we know hiring managers are busy. I was one for 2 decades, so I get it. You have a bazillion other things that are on your plate that are high priority, and as much as you want to get this person in, you're struggling, okay? So, at the end of the day, what's most important is you communicate. You keep in touch with that candidate all along the way, even after you offer the position and they accept. Because no one likes to make a life change, and coming to your role is a life change for them, and not hearing from you. That makes it a little scary. So at ROI Search Group, what we do is even after you offer, even after you, they accept background checks, all that's done, we stay in touch with the candidate and you to just make sure there's a smooth process, and we'll check in after they have their first day. We always get excited on the first day, but we want to make sure that they feel special, okay? And then the last one really goes with everything we've been saying, is time is of the essence. Sometimes as hiring managers, we'll sit back and we'll be like, why did I lose that candidate? Well, you lost that candidate because you waited. And they started to wonder, if they do this during the hiring process, how is it working for them? And I know no hiring manager wants to hear that because we're busy, we have a lot to do. But at the end of the day, what's so important in this is if candidates don't feel valued, they're probably not going to make the decision to come to your organization. Okay? So, as much fun as I've been having on the road, traveling all over the place, speaking and talking to clients, I love that. I'm glad to be back in my home office, and glad to be home and share some of these tips that I shared. I have a whole whiteboard of things that we shared last weekend at Becker's hospital review. More of those things I'll share in the future, but I just wanted to really focus today on what are some of the mistakes, and I say they're mistakes because they really are, and it's challenging being a hiring manager, and it's challenging filling positions. So, I wanted to share those tips so it could help you in your recruitment efforts. We're here always for questions, anything we can do to be helpful in your recruitment efforts, whether we recruit directly for you or not. Feel free to reach out. Again, Stacey McCreary with ROI Search Group. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.